Last year, Red Bull Racing found their guy for their second car, and they have just signed him to a 2-year extension. Of course, Sergio Perez, our most recent winner in Formula One at Monaco, is staying with the Red Bull team through the end of 2024. And let's start this off by talking about that supposed second Red Bull seat. Ever since Daniel Ricciardo left the team in 2018, that seat has been kind of almost cursed in a sense. Pierre Gasly first went in there at the beginning part of 2019, and he struggled, was booted out halfway through the season at the summer break for Alex Albon. Albon struggled as well at the end of 2019 and for a good chunk of 2020. Took him till, the end of 2020 to get his first podium with the team. And, it's not like the Red Bull was the worst car ever. Verstappen was consistently getting podiums. So it seemed like a struggle of being in that car. The pressure, or just Verstappen is just that much better, something like that. And here comes the end of 2020. The Red Bull seat's now open. Albon's not returning. And Sergio Perez, his future is uncertain. I mean, less than 2 years ago, Sergio Perez's career was potentially over in Formula One, and look at him now. But Perez had just been kind of booted out of his Racing Point seat. He was a free agent now. He could go anywhere. Red Bull needed a guy, and so Red Bull, instead of, bringing up another young talent like they had done for the last two drivers, or potentially going and getting an expensive, like a super expensive driver, they decided to go with a veteran who had a lot to prove in Sergio Perez. And last year had its ups and downs. Let's be honest. Perez at times, he was very good, like Baku when he got the win. Especially the second half of the season, Perez, he finally kind of figured the car out, and he was driving amazing. He had some podiums in the U.S., Turkey, Mexico, just to name a few of them. Obviously, that brilliant drive at Abu Dhabi to help Max win the title. So Perez really came to his own at the end of 2021. And then 2022 came around. It's a new car. It's a clean slate. Checo's driving out of his mind right now. He's got 4 podiums in 7 races. His career high for most podiums in a season was last season, and it was 5. So he's going to break that this year. And he's not the second driver at Red Bull. Obviously there was that debacle at Spain with the team order. So, people argue, yes, he is. But look at the point standings right now. Sergio Perez is only 16 points out of the championship lead behind his teammate, and he's only 6 points behind Ferrari's Charles Leclerc. Perez, if he can continue driving like he does, and next week, Azerbaijan, a track that he has had great history at, that he has been amazing at in his career, has, 5 or 3 or 4 podiums there, has a win there. If he does really good there, there is a chance that he is in the championship lead after Baku. It's possible. How likely it is, I don't know, but it's possible. And the way he's been driving this year, he got his first career pole at Saudi Arabia. Obviously, the win at Monaco last week. He's been a part of 2 Red Bull 1-2s. I mean, he has been driving incredibly this year. So, Perez has had an absolutely amazing season. It makes perfect sense why Red Bull would extend him. He is the perfect fit at Red Bull right now. He's driving amazingly, driving the best, arguably the best he's ever driven in his career. Him and Max seem to get along really well. They seem great together. Sergio Perez seems to fit in with the team. It seems like everyone likes him there. Obviously we're not there internally, but from what we can see from the outside, it seems like everyone likes him there. And he's winning. That's something that the previous 2 drivers at the Red Bull second seat had not been able to do with Gasly and Albon. Obviously, they were very young, going into a high-pressure situation, so, it's tough to evaluate. But Perez came in, and he won, his 6th race with the team at Azerbaijan. And then, he did struggle a bit last year, but he eventually came around, helped them fight for the Constructors' Championship, was a factor in winning the Drivers' Championship for Verstappen. And this year, he has been a huge help for the constructors, first of all. I mean, Red Bull was down like 50 points in the constructors, and they were both like 40-plus points behind Leclerc and the drivers. And now look at it. They're leading the constructors by 36 points. Verstappen is 9 points ahead of Leclerc, I believe. And Perez is only 6 points behind Leclerc. So Red Bull all of a sudden is like, whoa. But, yeah. As for the title fight, if it does come down to Max and Checo, if Ferrari starts to fall off a bit or they keep on making mistakes and the two Red Bull drivers start to pull away, I feel like that could be a very interesting fight for the title. But at the same time, Red Bull obviously wants that for the Constructors title, but, they don't want a Hamilton-Rosberg situation. They make contact a few times, they crash a few times, the relationship goes down the drain, and then all of a sudden you got a situation at hand where they hate each other, they don't want to talk to each other. I really don't think it's going to reach that. I really don't. But, they would want it to be a little bit more respectful and fun, I guess. But Perez, he's driving amazingly this year. As I say, his career story is crazy enough, but the fact that like a year and a half ago, we didn't know where Sergio Perez would be in Formula One, if he would be in Formula One, and now he's with the top team, or one of the top teams, I should say, in Formula One, and he's winning races, consistently being on the podium or just outside the podium. That's crazy. I mean, he's got career stats all around. As I said, almost there for the most podiums. The most wins he's had in a season is one. One in 2020, one in 2021, one in 2022. So he's a win away from breaking that record. He's got the most wins in Formula One history for a Mexican driver. 19 career podiums. This season, he's got 4. He's got 1 pole position. He had never had a pole position prior to this year. I mean, those street circuits, he's really good at. The pole at Saudi Arabia, win at Monaco, win at Azerbaijan. I mean, the street circuits, I don't know what it is about them. They really suit his style. He's 3rd in the driver's standings. The highest he's finished was 4th in 2021 and 2020. He's got a 3.3 average start, a 4.7 average finish. Both are career highs by a lot. So, Sergio Perez, this is a well-deserved extension. I mean, I really don't think it's a question. That second seat at Red Bull, as we just talked about, we're calling it the second seat behind Verstappen, or, next to Verstappen. There's been so much question about it. There's been so much question. Who can step in and be there long term? Who can step in there and not struggle, not be bad? Sergio Perez is the answer to that question. Last year we saw flashes of it. We saw Azerbaijan. We saw late in the season consecutive podiums at Turkey, the U.S., Mexico. And then this year we've seen it. He's been on it all year long. Should have had a podium at Bahrain at the beginning of the season before the engine decided to let go. Australia, he got a podium. Where else? Imola, he got the second place finish. Spain, he got the second place finish. And then obviously, 2 days ago at Monaco, he got himself a race win. So, yeah. It's been very interesting. I'm very, very curious to see if he can stay in this title fight. I think it's still a bit of a long shot, but it's not like this is the 3rd race of the season. There have been 7 races completed, and he is still in it. So I'm very curious to see if Perez can stay in the title fight, and if so, how does it go? 3-driver title fight. I mean, everyone before the season was talking about Max versus Lewis round 2, Max versus Leclerc, Lewis versus Leclerc. Those were the 3 names being thrown out. And every once in a while, you might have seen a George Russell. You might have seen a Carlos Sainz. I think I said Carlos Sainz. But for the most part, it was Leclerc, Verstappen, Hamilton. Those were the big 3. And then, Russell and Sainz were every once in a while thrown in there. You weren't seeing much of Checo in those title discussions. So if he gets in there, that will be interesting. Anyways, thanks for watching this video. Want to talk about that. But, yeah, very much well-deserved extension for Sergio Perez through the end of 2024. So he's got a lot of security, a lot of job security, and I don't see any doubt to his future right now. He's been performing so well. And if he, somehow wins the Drivers' Championship, that will be like a lifetime extension or something. But Red Bull's got themselves two very talented, very good drivers who are driving out of their minds right now. So they're in a very good situation. But thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, leave a like, subscribe to the channel. We'll talk about more Formula One stuff. We'll talk about NASCAR stuff. So if you like auto racing, here's your place. But have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your evening or afternoon, wherever you are.